All right, guys. Good night. So, just one or two things I wanna answer here, and then I'll get into whatever questions you all have that you all type in. Some of you all were asking. So again, the price of the program is 197.99 US monthly for 6 months. So it's six payments of 197.99. What I said today earlier in terms of covering the cost of it, how it's going to work is like this. It's very simple. For the first 2 to 3 months, right? For the first 2 to 3 months, basically we are going to be doing practice trading, demo trading. That's while you are learning, while you do that. And then for the next 3 months, let's say 4 to 3 months, 3 to 4 months, we are going to be doing live trading. So when we do the live trading, just like how I shared some of the trades with you all in the free group right now, all of the trades you are going to get. So it's not just going to be the one or two trades. So right now in the free group, I share one trade. Sometimes when I add a second position, I don't share it with you all. So for instance, I shared, because I already shared with you all the second position in gold. I didn't share the second position in US 30 because some of y'all, I know some of y'all would be over trading. I know some of y'all will say, all right, yeah, this person is always win, so let me double up on my account. I know how it goes because it's something I myself used to do. So I, in the free group, I won't share everything. What you are gonna get access to is every single trade I place, whether it's a third entry. Sometimes I take 3, 4 entries within the same trade. So for instance, gold spiked up or went up 3 times. Each time that the market rejected there, I would have had a position in. So like how we're in two positions now, I might have been in 5 positions in gold or 4 positions in gold in total. All right, so that's kind of that's you get access to that in the package when we are actually doing the live trading. Other than that, as I said, the format is going to be at the beginning of the week. So Sunday night, 7 p.m. when the market opens 5 o'clock, right? 5 p.m. on a Sunday. 7 p.m. I go to the charts and I basically look over all the analysis because trading is basically a waiting game. So once you set up, initially it's about waiting to see what happens next, right? So I'm gonna be waiting and waiting, and then you're gonna be planning for the week. So Sundays, 7 to let's say about 9, maybe 2 hours, 1.5 to 2 hours, we would be doing education, doing analysis. Wednesdays, we'd also be doing sessions in terms of the format for the program. Excuse. And then you'll get homework. So you get homework either on a Sunday or a Wednesday for the next Sunday or Wednesday. So if let's say we do trend lines, you'll be going over trend lines to see what is to actually apply it in the markets. That's what we'll be doing. In terms of the spots, last time I checked, there was about 15 spots, if I'm not mistaken, remaining. Now, some of those others, as I told you all, I'm not saving spots for anybody, right? So that 15 is inclusive of people who said, all right, yeah, next week, who said, because I was just kind of taking note. Um, but as I said, it's first come, first serve. Yeah, I do homework because the reality of it is, as I said, I treat it differently. So I want, it doesn't make sense. The way I want to set this up is after that 6 months, to be very honest, you all should not need me. So it shouldn't be that you have to stay with a program forever, right? Forever in terms of in my program. That's not what it's about. I want to teach you the skill. We practice together, we work together for a little bit. Now, if after that you want to continue, there is that option where you would have the support, right? Um, where we could have the support. But other than that, you could do you don't need me. You would have the skill, you learn to trade, and you could do it for yourself. Unfortunately, that's the smallest I could break up the subscription payments into. Other than that, it goes too long. Even with the 6 months for me, so usually, as I tell, when I learned to trade, I couldn't break it up like that. So I and my package was basically when I learned to trade, I had to find 5,000 US. I was able to break it up. I paid I think $800 the first night, for the first month, and then after that I was able to pay some larger installments. The reality of it is, if I break it up, it's gonna become too hard to manage. So everything that I do, so even the reason, as I said, I'm only taking 49. And the reason why I'm taking 49 is because I have to manage it. So when it comes time to do the one-on-one for the sessions, I can't do more than that in terms of people. And it's the same thing with the payments. So it sounds nice. All right, yeah, break it up into 12 months. The problem is 5 months into it and somebody's not paying and you have to run them down for money. Even with the 6 months, I'm sure I'm going to run into one or two issues. That's just how it goes. So unfortunately, I can't break it down into any smaller payments. And that's basically the batch for this year. Because remember, if I'm working with you all for 6 months, we're talking February to I think August. February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So after that, I'm not taking another batch for this year. So that's kind of it for this year. When I work with you, we work together. August usually run. As I said, most people will kind of stay on because they would see the benefit of it. And we kind of just probably finish out the year together. Is there a possibility to break the right? That's the subscription. Yeah, I'm very serious about it. And that's why I said, to be very honest, I could say, so I said it at 50 more spots, but I said some of those spots are not paid. I'm not holding spots for anybody. If the program end up being 3 people, to be very honest, 3 people alone paid, I know those 3 people are serious. I will devote all my time to those 3 people for the 6 months that we work together. If someone does happen to miss out, will there be right? So I kind of answered that just now. So yes, I do other batches. The only thing that I would see in terms of a possibility is this. If by the time I start the program, the 49 spots are not filled, I might leave it open. Let's say there's a 5 more spots or whatever the case is. I might leave those 5 spots open for the next 5 people to come. Once the 49 spots are filled, I'm not doing any educational program like this for the year. Sometimes I might, because as I said, we're working together for 6 months. So in those 6 months, you're talking about, as I said, we together, and we just work it like that. So it's going to be hard for me after that to then run another 6 months right away. So that's why I kind of do it one set for the year where we work together for 6 months, because 6 months sometimes it's turned into 8 months because of how I am. The reality of it is, I am the type, if let's say we in that 6 months when we're doing the live trading, let's say 1 month is a slow month, I might say, here what guys, if you're willing to pay for 1 more month and we'll do a 7 month together, or we'll do a 8 month. So that's how it usually goes. So once the program is filled, I'm not able to do anymore, right? Send an email in due time. Right. So yeah, once you're ready, just send the email. Yes, you can pay in USDT. The thing with USDT, so the options for payments is this. PayPal is the only one that I will accept part payments in. If you all can't do PayPal, right, and you want to do, let's say, USDT, my only issue with that is we have to do full payments in USDT. Again, or what I worked out, I think, for crypto, if you want to do crypto, is half and half. So you'll have to pay for 3 months, and then at the end of that 3 months, by the end of the 3rd month, you'll have to pay for the next 3 months if you want to do crypto, if you want to do USDT. Bank transfer is possible as well, but it's the same thing. PayPal is a little bit more control, as I was explaining to you all, in terms of me managing, accepting the payments. So PayPal gives you the freedom where you could pay month by month. Anything else, whether it's bank transfer, whether it's USDT, crypto, right, whatever it is, that will have to be at least 3-month payments at a time, and then you pay the next 3 months. Yeah. Any additional questions? Anything else you all want to ask? So if you don't have a PayPal account, it's simple. When you click on the same link that I shared, once you do have a credit card, right? And even if you have, the thing is with the payment part of it, even if you have a family member that you trust with a credit card, you could set up the PayPal, right? Once you click on the link that I share, you could either log in at that point if you already have a PayPal account. If you don't have a PayPal account, it's simple. You could basically then create a PayPal account on the spot right there using the link that I shared. Hey, no problem. Once you're ready, you could either use the link, depending on how you're paying, either use the link one time, or you all could go ahead and just shoot me a message, shoot me an email, and I could get the payment set. If it's like a bank transfer, however you all doing it, I could always get the information to you all and you all organize the suit. So unfortunately, I'm not doing any in-person meetups now. However, part of the program, so there's something I didn't discuss. The 49 members again is about timing for me. So the people that are serious that actually take a spot, we will be doing a couple of the sessions would be in person. It would be live sessions where we all meet the 49 of us. Or as I said, if it boils down to 3 people that end up being serious, we'll do a meetup for that. In terms of payments, however, it's everything is online. So either you sign up through PayPal, which you have your controls for. When I say control PayPal, you could always, let's say, because I know a lot of people out there, if this is a scam, that is a scam. PayPal, you have a lot of controls as a buyer, so you could always file a report, and then they take it seriously. They'll stop the payments. They'll send back money. Yes, so that's it. Right. No, no. So, and as I'm saying, so if that's the case, shoot me. You could always shoot me an email and let me see what's possible. But as I said, if it's crypto or cash, I'm kind of doing 3 months at a time payments. Yeah. The dates, because I'm trying to have all the information. So just to be clear, the program starts the 28th of February, right? And it runs for the 6 months, so it runs into August 2024. The format is going to be Sundays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. to probably about 8:30, 9 p.m. We are going to be doing live sessions, some education, some into the markets. You all would be getting homework, probably not every week, but you would be getting like if, as I said, if today's topic is trend lines, you'll get some homework to do on trend lines. Go find some trend lines. Let me make sure that you really understand trend lines, and then we move on to the next topic. That's how the format of the program is going to work. And then once after we cover all the material that has to be covered, right? 2 to 3 months usually, we're gonna then dive into live sessions. So the format is gonna change a bit, where it might be Sundays and Wednesdays, it might be Sundays, and then maybe we might do some live trading together, which would be in the active zone. Some of y'all were asking about like a 9 to 5, 8 to 4. So when we're doing the live trading, it's gonna be early, right? It's gonna be probably 3, 4 a.m. Trinidad time, half an hour, depending on the setup, and then you all could go back to sleep, or if you all get ready for work, depending on what you're all doing. So that's the format of the sessions. How many years of experience? I've been trading. December gone was 18 years. That's what I said. I've been trading before. Trading is very popular here now. I've been trading before trading was popular here. Yes, you can do Republic Bank, but as I explained, it'll have to be 3 months at a time in terms of the payments. Yeah, when I started to trade, it was, as I said, I learned to trade with a company out of Orlando. And I used to, the same way you do a degree, and let's say doing UV and you fly to UV Barbados. I learned to trade with them online, and then had to fly, like, to complete certain courses when they offer certain packages and stuff. I used to fly to Orlando to do the program, and I went from being a student, I became one of the top students. And then there's a video on YouTube. I think I shared on TikTok. I shared part of it, but there's a full interview on YouTube with it. I became one of the top students, and then I started my own company and everything, teaching trading and stuff. I've just been quiet because it's something, life happens, so certain things take you different directions, and my focus just wasn't really on the teaching. I am one of the most transparent people. I've tried certain products, like to offer certain things, and certain things didn't work. I've lost money. I have clients that have lost money with me. Like, I would be transparent. I always tell people there's no program, there's no trader, there's no robot that will win 100% of the trades. I personally don't do prop firms. To me, for a beginner trader, there's too many rules for a beginner trader. right? So what you tend to see happening, um, so y'all can't, when you're doing the live trading again, because some of y'all have questions with the prop firms, y'all can use, when we're doing the live, y'all can use it. The issue is y'all have seen how I trade. So for instance, this week I've entered a trade Monday, I think, and I think we entered a trade yesterday. Those trades were in drawdown. With a prop firm, depending on the rules, sometimes you get kicked out of the trade, or you could only do so much drawdown before they close out the trade, and then you don't pass, right? So for me, there's too many restrictions. My style of trading is a bit different. There are a lot of traders out there that you would see basically picking top and bottoms, meaning as soon as they enter, they want the market to go their direction. I don't trade like that. As I tell people, if I have to be in front of my charts 24/7, then I'm no different to a doctor or a lawyer, which is a high paying job, but I have to physically be there. Whereas my style of trading is a bit different. I have a more set it and forget it. Check up, yes, for management. Not that you're gonna just neglect the trade, but I wanna be able, as I said, if you're making money, I want to be able to enjoy the money where I don't have to say, hey, I can't do this because I need to be in front of my computer today, or I need to be in front of my phone today. Right? So I do scalp, don't get me wrong, but if so, for instance, I shared with you all the challenge, right? Where I'm trying to make the $60,000, right? That challenge is almost complete. In a case like that, sometimes I don't let the trade swing. But in terms of this week was an example where the trades didn't go our way right away. So the strategy that I teach and share, if I teach you how to trade. What your personality will tell you when we're working together over the next 6 months would be what type of trader you will be. So the same exact thing that I use to scalp, you could also use to swing trade. It's really just a matter of preference, but you don't know until you actually start to do it. So for instance, I've done programs where, let's say I'm trading for a client, and two of those clients tell me, boy, I can't sleep at all. Why? They have open trades, and every minute they have to look at it. So they roll off the bed 12 o'clock, they pull up the computer or they pull up their phone. They don't have the ability or the emotional control, and that's not a bad thing. Everybody's different, right? To be able to say, all right, I'm in this trade and I'm just going to leave this trade open. I'll check it tomorrow, or I'll check it whenever. They need to be able to do it. So because they need to be able to check it, they could use the same strategy that I'm teaching, but they need to scalp. They need to be in and out of the markets quickly and then close off that trade for them to get a good night's rest. Whereas another trader might be able to say, you know what, they have the tolerance, so they could swing trade. They could be in a trade like how I was in a trade Monday, because I know even some of y'all would have been able to some of y'all would have been out of that gold trade. And that's why I would have shared it like that, because, and I get it, as I said, it's something I had to learn. So it's something that some of y'all would learn along the way. Not everybody could do that. From the time the trade going drawdown, some of y'all would say, you know what, this trade is going to stop me out and close it out of fear. And then what happens a day after or 2 days after, like today, the market finally pushes, and now we have 3 positions positive rather than 1 position down or 2 positions down. Right? Yes, I do bank transfers, as I said. We just have, you all have to email me for the bank transfers, and if it's a bank transfer or if it's a crypto payment and it's not set up through PayPal, we'd have to do 3 months at a time. So you'd have to pay for the first 3 months, you do the bank transfer, you pay for the first 3 months, you get your spot, and then basically after that you pay for the, at the end of these 3 months, you pay for the next 3 months to finish off your 6 months. Right, and yeah, the risk. So the risk, as I tell people, you are in control of your risk. So I could share a trade with you all now that's 300 pips stop loss. But the reality of it is, if you are in control because you set your lot size. So if your account could manage that, you trade by $1 and you say, worst case, I lose $300, and you're comfortable with that. In during that period, you all will see I have lost more money than some of y'all have even invested at times. Again, just because of how long I've been trading, right? But your risk tolerance changes as you get better, as you start to make more money, right? That's what you do. So your risk tolerance will change, but you can control it. Yeah. So as I said, yes, I do bank transfer. If you don't have a credit card, you'd have to do a payment, as I said, for 3 months at a time. If not, and you have somebody with a credit card that you can use, then you can't just sign up for the PayPal, and that way you just give them the money every month so that you don't have to put out the 3 months capital up front, right? So that's the thing. If you all are trading already, some of y'all would be trading already, some of y'all would not. If y'all are trading already, yes, because I will continue the same way I'm sharing in the free group. I'm gonna continue sharing trades with y'all, right? So if y'all are trading already, y'all can take trades even while we're going through the education. You might not fully understand it, but I would still be sharing trades when I place trades. If y'all have never traded before, some of y'all were telling me y'all are brand new to trading, then I won't recommend you take trades within that first 2 to 3 months while we're doing the education. But as I share with you all today, so that trade today, I am thinking I'm looking at probably making about 500-600 pips. I'm looking at making probably about 400 pips on gold down to that 2003 level. And then I'm looking at, and that alone might be about 500, right? And then I'm looking at probably another 200 to 300 pips on the US 30 trade. Could happen tomorrow, could happen Friday. But what I'm sharing with y'all is this. I've shown you all already that I'm well on my way within the month of January to make 60,000. Even if you don't have that capital to start where I started, your goal could be the same challenge that I'm doing when we start to trade live. We could do a challenge making $77. It doesn't have to be 777. It could be $77, right? 77 times. It could be the exact same thing, right? So it's, and we just set it like that and we break it down. So your target might be, hey, I want to make 6,000 instead of 60,000, and we reach it. You see it's possible. You'd have placed enough trades so you have your experience in the market, and then we go again. No, I haven't crossed the 49 people. Remember, I'm not crossing 49 people. Yeah, $77 a day could change your life. And as I'm saying, if this week we make 500 pips, so last week was, let's say, a break even week. I'll call it break even, right? And I'm talking about in terms of the trades I shared with y'all. Because when I shared with y'all, we had a couple losses, we had a couple wins. So let's say last week was break even. This week so far, we were up on the trades. We were up about 400 pips. Let's say you're trading by $1, that's 400 US dollars. The program is 197, and that's what I'm saying. Once we start the live trading, the program will pay for itself. $77 a day is good, but again, for me, and there's something you would learn, I don't set daily targets. Daily targets put too much pressure on you as a trader, because a day that is slow, you feel like you did not achieve anything. And usually when you set daily targets, you're going to be in front of those charts and you have to justify to yourself, what have I been doing for the last hour that I didn't even make a trade or didn't make $1? So you then jump into a trade when you shouldn't be in, because you're trying to justify to yourself mentally. Trading has a lot of mental side to it. So I don't do daily targets. I do weekly targets. Because again, watch how this week went. If you had a daily target, we made no money Monday. We made no money Tuesday. Today's Wednesday and the trades finally turn around. By today, you would have been frustrated. You would have said, you know what? I didn't make any money Monday. I didn't make any money Tuesday. Let me close out this trade now and look for another trade. Or maybe this trade is going in the next direction. And you come out from the sell and you buy the market. And then Wednesday, the trade finally drops. So now you either take a small loss or break even Monday and Tuesday because you jump out of the trade, and then you take a loss today. And then that leads to the revenge trading, and it goes like that. Whereas when you have a weekly target, the same way I'm giving the market room to move with my stop losses, I'm giving myself room for a slow day, for a losing day. Because even when I have a losing day, I'm not as frustrated, because I say, you know what? I still have 4 more days in the week. If I lose on a Monday, I still have 4 more days in the week to make back up. Or maybe I take a loss on Thursday and I already won Monday and Tuesday. So it puts less pressure on you. You could equate it the same way. So if it's $70 by 5 days, that's $350. So you could say my target for the week is $350, and it gives you room, and you find in one day you might make that. And you make it your target rather than putting the extra pressure on yourself with these daily targets. So I do weekly and monthly targets. I don't personally use prop firms. as I was explaining before, too many rules for me. Yeah, no worries. It's too many rules for me personally. So my style of trading, as I said, so again, a good example is this week, because of the drawdown, you might have crossed the drawdown restriction um with it. It doesn't mean that the trade is not a good trade. Also, like holding a trade over on a weekend, I know the prop firms, you have to close out on a Friday. So for my personal strategy, it does not suit me, so I don't. Now when I teach the strategy, you could use the strategy short term or long term. I just use it long term. So if you decide, all right, you're going to be using it short term, then you could do the same thing. You can use prop firms with it. No, remember, so I was planning to open the spots on the 1st of February, but y'all started asking, so I think it was after y'all kept asking, and I said no problem, so I opened the spot since the last time, right? But as I said, um around 500 US. Yes, so just now let me deal with the right. So the 15 spots. So 15 spots, this is from people who've reached out and said, I'm taking a spot next week. These people have not paid for a spot as yet. So at the end of the day, I am not holding any spots. It's first come, first serve. I am just kind of gauging how many spots I have gone and how many spots I have left. So somebody might say they're coming for a spot. We know how that goes in Trinidad, and they never reach for a spot, or they stick to get this spot. I'm not holding the spots. Once I reach the 49, I'm locking off. Um yes, so once we reach to that live, so after the education, because that's something that I'm going to be showing you all as well, to make it easier, what we can do is you all could start depositing if it's $100 here, $100 there when we open the accounts, when we start the program, so that by the time we reach the live session, I'm saying people basically could do 500 US to 1,000 US. That's a good amount. If you all have more money, I don't recommend putting more than 2,000 US to start for now, because even when you start live trading, certain things I can't teach. Certain things you have to experience for yourself as you go. So for instance, basically doing opening a trade and seeing that trade being down $200 would affect everybody differently. So being down 200 US, because somehow especially here, we automatically convert. So we already go to, it's not 200 US because you're working dollar for dollar. We automatically go to, that's 1,400 TT dollars. I could be doing so much with that money. So I can't teach you how to deal with that. I can teach you the skill, and that's why we'd be kind of doing certain things together, and then we go from there. So I recommend when you start, a max of 2,000 US, minimum of 500 US. We would be trading together. You get the experience. By the time the 6 months is over, let's say you had 10,000 US to invest. At that point, I would tell you, all right, let's go ahead now, and you work together and do it. No, I'm just not 2K US to start. That's max. I'm saying even if a client had extra money, even if a client came to me now as a beginner and said, I have 10,000 US to invest, I will tell them only put 2K. Because remember, in the beginning, your win reward ratio is not going to be as high because you're new to trading, right? So basically, I'm saying to reduce the risk, put 2,000 out of that 10, leave the 8. After you practice for 2 months, then you could say, all right, let me top up and put the full 8 amount. 100 US. So the thing with this education, there's no limit, right? Meaning there's really no minimum. The reason why I like to do things a certain way is for this. I treat everything like a business. That's why one of you earlier said I take this seriously. I do. I am not the type to tell you because I want you to join my network marketing program and say, all right, put $50. You could put $50 in an account. I know from trading, I have been trading years, and $50 with a new person is not going to consistently make, if it's 200 US a monthly subscription. So then you have to pay that out of pocket every month, right? That's why a lot of people, they want you to just join, so they tell you come and join. I am not doing network marketing. I'm teaching you the skill. So I've had clients in the past who take the money that they had and pay to learn, practice for 6 months because they didn't have money to put in their real account, and then eventually started the real account. By that time, they had the skill, they practiced, and then that just grew and scaled. So with this program, there's no minimum. When it's time to load your account, you could still use a demo account if that's what you have, or you could use a real account. I like to recommend the minimum, meaning 500 US. The reason why I'm saying that is because I think, as I said, for this week so far, if we close off 500 pips and you're trading by 50 cents, you'd have made $250, which means that week would have paid for the program, and then all other weeks is profits. So lot sizes, as I said, lot sizes will be based on the trade, not necessarily to determine from all now. And the reason being, if I take a trade and that trade has a 100 pip stop loss, then I'm going to be trading, let's say, by 20 cents because I only want to risk $20. But if I take another trade and I then basically have a 20 pip stop loss, a tighter stop loss, I could trade by $1 and risk the same $20. So it's more about risk, right? Can you make a, you can do the first PayPal payment all now. The link is in the Telegram group. If not, and you are ready to make the payment, you could always shoot me an email and I could send you the link if you don't have the link. But the link is there. Let me see. Can I share a message here? No, I can't type a message in the chat. Yeah. Right, but the link is there. The registration is open all now. So y'all can go ahead if y'all are ready to make a payment. You can go ahead and make a payment all now. But yeah, that's kind of the minimums. I'm thinking 500 to 1,000. If you have to do 100, you do 100. It just means with $100, you know you're trading by 10 cents. You know it's also higher risk because the thing is, 10 cents is the minimum you could trade by. And if you're trading by that, and let's say we take a trade by with 100 pip risk, what you will have to do is weed out certain trades with a smaller account. Meaning, right? Yeah, you won't be able to pay if you get through to pay. Let me just answer that. So if you get through to pay is because a spot is still available. But if for some reason, yes, so for instance, there was a client made a payment in error, click on the link and put through a payment, I refunded them immediately. Like I'm not, again, as I said, I'm not about taking your money, running away with your money. That's not my aim at all in this. But as I said, I know there's spots open. So if you make a payment, right, it won't be filled. You would secure once you get through to make a payment, because once the 49 spots are actually filled in terms of payments, I am taking the link won't work again. That's what I said. I'm not the type. I said it in the beginning. I'm not the type. You know, some people tell you, yeah, only doing 10 spots because they want you to rush and buy it. And then after that, they add on another 10 spots. I'm not doing that. So the link, once the 49 spots are filled, and you click on the link, you'll get like an error message. You won't be able to make the payment at all. I was answering a question. Let me see. Did I miss it, boy? I understand. Slow. Pay and it's filled. Hopefully I get in. I think that's it. I think I was answering the question. Let me see. Yeah, I can't remember what I was saying before, but yeah. The 31st should be fine as in a couple days. But again, as I said, this part is not based on me. I'm giving you all the information and the content. This part here is not based on me. This part here is based on spots. So while I could tell you, yes, the 31st should be fine. If everybody else get paid on the 28th and they pay on the 28th and you come to the 31st, it mightn't be there. Any other questions or anything like that, guys? If no, just put no so I could just make sure nobody else is typing or anything like that. And I think that might be it for tonight. Gonna continue sharing content with you all, so you all will continue to get in the free group. You'll continue to get some of the trades. Once I have a trade, um, once I have a trade, you will get the management for that trade, and we just take it from there. When the sessions begin, platform, I'll be using Zoom, and so Zoom would be for the live sessions. Videos that you all will get, the longer format videos, will be on YouTube. Some of the videos that you'll get will be on TikTok, but that will still be more everyday content. In terms of the premium content, is usually on YouTube, where I will share the link with you all. So there's a second group. So once you all get a spot, you'll be added to the second group as well. And the second group is the paid group. In that group, for now, that group is dead. I'm sharing all the information in the free group right now. Closer to the time, I'll start sharing in the paid group. All right. No, once this batch starts, I can't take anybody else for the rest of the year, because, as I said, I'm working with you all for 6 months. So that's to August. I'm not gonna start a session in September, and as I said, I know how that goes. Sometimes it runs over, so I might say 6 months, but as I said, sometimes the last group, when I share the results with you all, the last group, they ran over, I think, 3 months extra. They were willing to say, all right, let's continue to work together for 3 months, make sure everybody good, make sure everything. So they paid for 3 extra months. Everybody, again, at that point, you're trading for a while, we're working together. They want the community, they want. So yeah, so I won't have space for the rest of the year. No. So the people that I deal with, as I said, I never, like, a lot of people come and say, hey, John, who trading from here? And my answer would always be no. Because of when I learned to trade, I'm not in the circuit of traders here now that you would see. Because my circuit is also an international circuit. So the people that I know to learn to trade, that you'll trade from, is, like, for instance, the company that I learned to trade with, or one or two other people who have also started their own thing. But again, the price points is totally different. Yes, a PayPal payment can be made now. As I said, the link is in the Telegram group. I sent a message today with it, actually. So you could just click on that link and make the first payment now. Or if you don't have the link, you could shoot me an email. And once you email me and let me know you were the person in the live and you want to make a payment now to secure your spot, and I could shoot you the PayPal link there. But it's in the group. I posted it up to today in the group, in the Telegram group. I started with a company called MTI, Market Traders Institute, out of Orlando, Florida. If you make the PayPal payment now, go ahead and just shoot me an email, and I will just lock in this spot. Let me know, I'll confirm, and I'll be it. Any other questions, guys? No. Good. Alright, guys, so I think that's it. No more questions for tonight. Have a good night, guys. As I said, we'll continue. We have 2 more days in a week. Most probably I won't be taking any new trades, especially in the free group. I would continue to manage the trades. I am expecting the market to continue to push, so I'm expecting gold, as I said, to get down to that 2003 area. If it doesn't and we start to have a rejection, and I'm closing out early, I would manage, because if I'm not mistaken, we're up about 350 pips, 350 pips between the two positions. If you all stayed in both, the other position, the other one is the US 30, which again pulled against us today. I took a second entry. I didn't share it with you all. I would have shared it with you all, but again, the thing is with the new traders, again, I need to manage the risk as best as I could, and one of the ways to do that is to share less trades, so that way you all are not over trading your account. But very similar setup. Take a entry, the market pushed up to the higher point, the higher area that we're looking at. We take a second entry, and then the market fell. Both entries are now in profit, just like gold. Same exact thing on the US 30. Is kind of part of my strategy, right? So I'm looking at continuing to manage those. So probably about 500, 600 pips is the target for the week, just between those three trades. Showing you all again that this week you don't need to over trade. You don't need to just be in the markets all the time. Those of y'all who are talking about having a 9 to 5, you could have a 9 to 5 and trade successfully and consistently without over trading anything like that. Yeah. All right, guys. Good night.